Hey guys, Lynn here and welcome back to another Skyrim mod update video. We are on episode 274 and we have 5 more mods to cover in today's mod video, including one really cool PS4 mod to go over. Anyway, if you do enjoy the mod update, leave a like, it's super appreciated, and let's look at our first mod, which is extended character creation options. So what does this mod do exactly? Well, it unlocks a whole bunch of vanilla character creation options for different races, male and female. Because, you know, some options are limited to character types, but with this mod the following features are now available for you, and here is the list of changes. All eye colors are unlocked for humans, elves, orcs, and even vampires. Unlock vampire eyes for Argonians and Khajiits. All eye shapes, noses, and mouths are unlocked for humans, elves, and orcs. All human skin colors are unlocked for humans. All elven and orc skin colors are unlocked for elves and orcs. Vampire complexion is unlocked for humans, elves, and orcs. Elven complexions are unlocked for orcs and vice versa. All races, except Argonians, have all hair colors, and there are 4 new hair colors, even blonder than platinum blonde, red, light brown, and albino white, which is the snow elf hair color. So I definitely suggest you install this mod, as it will let you make your characters far more unique than you could previously. Moving on to our next mod, we have Deadly Bandits, and this mod makes bandits in-game now stronger and better in combat than the player is. It presumably increases the stats of the bandits to be higher than what you currently have, and plus the mod gives bandits pretty much all the player perks, so they can be pretty deadly now, especially on higher difficulties, or if there is more than one of them. Next up guys, we have another smaller mod, and I have chosen some smaller mods today because the final mod is bigger, but the next mod is called Exquisite Clothing. And the mod gives unique names to all the clothing in Skyrim. For example, instead of having 2 sets of boots with different models, each set now has a unique name, such as boots and common boots. In addition, the Radiant Raiment in Solitude now has more unique fine clothes in stock, as well as black gloves and exquisite gloves. Finally, the model for the Radiant Raiment fine clothes outfit was replaced with a unique one instead. So a simple but a very nice game tweak. The next mod up is a final simple mod that adds in a single weapon to the forge in-game called the glowing Nocturnal Great. It's found under the steel category and requires a steel smithing perk to make, but in terms of damage it's much higher than steel. It is in fact the same as a Daedric Greatsword. So it's really strong and it can be improved at the grindstone and enchanted as well to make it much more powerful. So I definitely recommend it. It looks really good, the texture is high quality, and it glows as well in the dark, which is really awesome. So it's simple but cool. Well, that just leaves us with our final mod, an especially awesome mod, not only because it's Lord of the Rings, but because it's a big mod for PlayStation 4, which is something that we have not seen for such a long time. So let's look at what this mod actually does. Well, the mod adds in a bunch of Lord of the Rings themed stuff, including playable races, followers, weapons, new enemies, weapon parts, and even one new plant. And I'm going to go over a bit about all of this stuff, so let's start off with the playable races. There are now 5 new races for you to play in-game, and they are Dwarf, Elf with rounded tipped ears, Elf with pointed tipped ears, Dunedain, and Halfling. And all 5 start with bonuses to Destruction, Restoration, One-Handed Block, and Sneak. But each will also have the relevant bonuses based on the race that they are. Because it's PlayStation 4, all the stuff is pretty much based on things that are already used in-game. And so the base model for all these races is made using vanilla races. For example, Dwarves are based on the Nords as a template, and so they will have similar stats to a Nord. And for an effect, they will have a 10% resistance to frost. Of course, it's been renamed to Dwarf Blood to make it a bit more realistic, where of course it would be Nord Blood before. The same goes for all the other races. Next we have 5 new followers: Thorin, Oakenshield, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and Elrond. Aragorn is riding his horse traveling back and forth between Riverwood and Ivarstead. His horse is called Bill, which is cool, it's not just a random horse. Legolas is in the Bee and Barb in Riften, Thorin is in the Dead Man's Drink in Falkreath, Gimli is stuck in the Markarth Silverblood Inn, and finally Elrond, I don't know where he is. I've looked around on all the inns in the game and couldn't find him. Someone did mention he's in the Sleeping Giant Inn, but not for me, so maybe someone will know in the comments. For stats and gear, all have just generic armor, and they have a unique weapon like Gimli's axe. For stats, well, they level up with the player, are essential and either good in heavy armor and block and shield if they're Thorin and Gimli, or one-handed light armor and archery if they are one-handed or archers, so Elrond, Aragorn, and Legolas. For weapons, you now get a bunch at the Forge: the Orcrist, the Mirkwood Bow, Mirkwood Arrows, Anduril two-handed, Sting, and Gimli's Axe. The weapons will need either steel or elven smithing perks to make them, and are found under the random categories at the Forge. For stats, they are all Daedric or better though. You can improve them and enchant them, plus weapons also have additional enchantments depending on player race. So Gimli's Axe, you can use it on any character, but will have a bonus if it's used by a dwarf. You also get get Narsteel and the Shards of Narsteel, and the Narsteel hilt can be found on the battle at Grelka's booth. For new plants, you get King's Foil, which is found at alchemy shops, and you can plant it in your Hearthfire homes. Finally, you get new enemies: Smog, Nazgul, Nazgul horses, and Fell Beasts. Fell Beasts will level with you at 1.5 times a player, and as such will respawn, and they're pretty much just replacing dragons. Nazgul are difficult and meant to be more of an endgame type of mini-boss, and they're scattered around Tamriel. So guys, I don't have to tell you that this mod you should definitely download, because Lord of the Rings is awesome, and this mod is definitely awesome too. Well, that's about it for today's mods. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, a like is super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and whether you're going to try out any of these mods for yourself, or if you already have, then you can let others know what you thought of them. But either way, thanks for watching, stay awesome as always, and I will see you all in the next video.